Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? I just took a sip of coffee and it went down the wrong pipe. So, what we're going to be talking about right now is farmland and military bases and why they're being purchased by outside entities that don't deserve to buy them. And they shouldn't be buying them. So grab your coffee, all right? Maybe a SNICK snack or two. You got cookies? You got any Entenmann's? You got any Sanka? So let's get into it. So the Chinese are not exactly being subtle about what they're trying to do, okay? Today, they own more than 300,000 acres of farmland inside the United States. And they have been specifically targeting areas that are located near very important military bases. Now, how in the world could our leaders have allowed this to even happen? Foreign adversaries should not be allowed to purchase farmland at all, and yet somehow they have been able to acquire land that is ideal for spying on our military bases over and over and over again. In fact, there have been 19 military bases across the U.S. from Florida, where I live, to Hawaii, which are in close proximity to land that have been bought up by Chinese entities. This has been raising national security fears over potential espionage or even sabotage. This makes me want to pull my hair out, okay, because we're a military family. I mean, are the people that are in charge of our national security really that incompetent? The list includes some of our most strategically important military bases. They include some of, it's not just where they're located. It's also where the ports are located. Okay, like where we get like okay, Fort Liberty, which was formerly Fort Bragg in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Fort Cavazos, which is formerly Fort Hood in Killeen, Texas. Marine Corps Base, Camp Pendleton, San Diego, California. MacDill, which is literally right down the street from me, okay, in Tampa, Florida, okay? Hello. Eyebrows raised, hair on my arms are raised. Do I need to shave? I'm kidding. Just listen. We know that they're very interested in our military bases. I mean, spy balloons, hello. The path that it took allowed it to gather intelligence on the Malmstrom Air Force Base, which is where some of our key nuclear assets are located. Chinese nationals have been caught accessing military bases and other sensitive sites inside the U.S. close to 100 times. 100 times. The Defense Department, FBI, and other agencies held a review last year to try to limit these incidents. Yeah, obviously it's not working, which involve people whom officials have dubbed gate crashers because of their attempts. Now, it was either by accident or intentionally to get in onto U.S. military bases and other installations without proper authorization. Heck, I can't even go onto a military base without my son being with me, okay? I mean, seriously. They range from Chinese nationals found that are crossing, into a U.S. missile range in New Mexico to what appeared to be scuba divers. Yeah. Swimming in murky waters near a U.S. government rocket-launched site in Florida. I mean, look, I know. Everyone knows that the Chinese are trying to spy on us. It's not like it's a big secret. Just stop making it easy for them. I mean, at the same time, all of this spying is going on. There has been unprecedented surge in Chinese migrants coming across the border. Even U.S. border officials are saying that they detained 37,000 of them. Okay, and when they crossed the border last year in 2023, or 10 times the number detained the year before. How is this even? I mean, the true number of those attempting is probably higher, but I'll go on. So the flow of them continues in 2024. And I think it was in February, there were 600 of them alone, many of whom were Chinese. And that was just in a single day. In a single day. Homeland Security Subcommittee on Oversight, Investigations, and Accountability said in May that the number of Chinese nationals encountered by authorities in March jumped 8,000%. How that's possible, I don't even know, from the same time period in 2021. Now, most of the Chinese that are coming are men of military age and are commonly travel in through the border in groups. Now, suspiciously, the groups of these military age men are often decked out in matching equipment. What kind of equipment? I can't even imagine, and I'm not even going to ask. Not even going there. But they're let in because that's what has been decided. So now we have tens of thousands of military age Chinese here that are running around inside our country, and we have no idea where they are or what they're doing. And they are preparing to win a war. And are we preparing to lose or win? I don't know. At this point, everyone realizes that the Chinese are going to invade Taiwan eventually. In fact, the Daily Mail, they ran a huge story about this week. They said Xi Jinping views Taiwan as a breakaway Chinese province and has vowed to reunify it with the mainland by force if necessary. Nice. He is in the midst of a huge military buildup, regularly sending fighter jets and warships to harass Taiwan. What a bully. I mean, you're just going to sit there and harass somebody or a country and hundreds of thousands of people for what? Are you that miserable? Are you that much of like my mother would call you, a mezarab? Are you that much of a mezarab that you have to make everybody else miserable too? And staging menacing war games in the area. When Taiwan is invaded, the U.S. military will be expected to intervene, of course, and then we'll be at war with China. Oh, yippee. So then Taiwan views itself as an independent of Beijing and is allied to America. So it's a legacy that stretches back to the Chinese Civil War, which was 75 years ago. And then America supplies the islands with weapons and is expected to go to war to defend them if they're attacked. But by most estimates, a war over Taiwan would be one of the biggest, most horrific, and most expensive in history. But most people don't realize this, but China and the Philippines are also on the verge of a military conflict as well. Recently, there was very alarming clash, if you will, in the South China Sea. And it resulted in a Filipino soldier losing a thumb. Yeah, a thumb. And they had to defend themselves with their bare hands against the Chinese Coast Guard. They were armed with swords and knives, okay? And that's according to the Philippines. Now, General Romeo Brawner is the Philippines' top military commander. He criticized China for what he described as reckless and aggressive behavior, while the Philippines Navy and the Coast Guard were delivering supplies to Filipino soldiers in the disputed South China Sea on Monday. And the Chinese Coast Guard personnel rammed their vessels into boats belonging to the Philippines and boarded them, and they attacked them. And Brawner said, leaving some injured and one soldier, having lost a thumb. So then the Chinese have become extremely aggressive, but when have they not been? And it's just a matter of time before we're at war with them. I mean, everybody knows this. It's not like it's some kind of great big secret. But even though many of our leaders publicly talk about this coming war, we are still allowing the Chinese to take advantage of us in unthinkable ways. I mean, we should never have allowed the Chinese to purchase large tracts of farmland, literally, what, 19, by 19 of our military bases. It should have never happened. And our most important military bases, which is also by our ports of entry. Unfortunately, they're here now, and that will give them a major advantage when war finally erupts. Unfortunately, it sucks, but it is what it is, and there's nothing we can do to stop it now. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'll see you in the next one, okay? You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fearless. Try to be. I know it's hard, but I know I always try. Okay? Ciao.